so happens that many times a company requires additional funds, and one of the ways to raise this additional capital for a listed company is the right issue of shares, wherein the company provides the new shares to the existing shareholders. Now what happens is that if the company provides the share to the common public at large, it might affect the voting rights of the existing shareholders. So in order to avoid this, the company issues the new shares to the existing shareholders and hence protects their security. And these securities are known as right. So today we are going to talk about the right issues of shares under the Companies Act 2013. So first let's try and understand what is the right issue of shares. Well, the right issue of shares is issue of shares to the existing shareholders of the company in proportion to their existing shareholder in the company in order to raise fresh capital. The second point is that the right issue of shares is ideal for a small company where the power of the shareholding lies with the preferred amount of shareholders in the company. It is nothing but a preemptive right that a shareholder has in preference to an outsider in the company. And a public limited company, a private limited company, a listed one or unlisted one can go for right issues of shares. In this right issue of shares, the shareholders can buy the shares at a discounted rate in a comparison to the market rate. So what are the different kinds of right issues of shares? Well, the first one is fully paid rights issue, wherein the full amount, that is the issue amount, is to be paid fully at the time of the application. The second is partly paid rights issue, wherein only a partial amount has to be paid towards the application and the balance amount needs to be paid when the company makes the subsequent calls. The third one is renounceable rights issue, wherein the rights can be transferred or sold in the open market to any other investor by the applicant. The fourth one is non-renounceable rights issue, wherein the applicant cannot transfer or sold the rights issues to anybody in the open market. So what are the forms that need to be filed for the rights issue of shares? Well, there are two forms. The first is form PAS3, where the form needs to be filed for the resolution of allotment within 30 days of the allotment of shares along with the certified true copy of the resolution and the list of allottees. The second is MGT14, which needs to be filed for any resolutions and agreements within 30 days of the board meeting. So what is the procedure for the right issue of shares? Well, the first is to hold a board meeting. When the company decides to issue the shares, the company needs to hold a board meeting, and a notice of 7 days prior to this board meeting needs to be sent to all the members along with the agenda of the board meeting. The second is to pass the resolution. Well, in the board meeting, a resolution has to be passed in order to approve the offer letter with respect to the issue of shares on the basis of the rights, and to fix a date, time and ratio of the right issues, and also to give these right issues to the existing shareholders. The third is to send out the notice of offer letter to the shareholders. When the letter is approved in order to issue shares to the existing shareholders, this notice of offer needs to be sent to all the shareholders before opening of such issues. In this letter, the number of shares offered to the shareholders needs to be prescribed, and the shareholder will be given a time period of 15 to 30 days in order to accept or reject the offer. And the step 4 is to file the form MGT14. Once the resolution is passed with respect to the right issue of the shares, the form MGT14 needs to be filed with ROC within 30 days of passing of such resolution. The next point is receipt of the application money. The shareholder, once he or she accepts the application, needs to send the application letter along with the application money, and the company needs to make an arrangement for the receipt of such money. The next point is conducting the second board meeting. Well, after the receipt of the application money, the company needs to conduct the second board meeting within 60 days. So after the resolution has been passed with respect to the allotment of shares, the share needs to be allotted to the shareholder within 60 days of the receipt of application money. The next point is that it needs to file the forms PAS3. Well, after the conclusion of the second board meeting and the allotment of shares, a form PAS3 needs to be filed with the ROC within 30 days of the same. Last point is the issue of the share certificates to the shareholders in the form SH1. So this was all about the procedure of the rights issues of shares, and this is very beneficial both to the company and to the shareholder, wherein the shareholder can retain the existing voting rights and can get the shares at a discounted rate, whereas the company can raise fresh capital by issuing the shares to the existing shareholders. So I'm sure that you might be now knowing what is the right issues of shares. If you still have a query, please drop in your questions in the comment section below, and then we will contact you soon. And please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends. Till then, this is Anuja signing off from Ebizfiling. Take care.